Very good morning to all. Standard 11 Commerce, subject Economics, and chapter number 11. And the name is Main Thoughts of Economic Thought by the Kautilya. Okay, or Main Economic Thoughts by Kautilya. Okay. So this is our main topic that we have to discuss. So let us see. Number one, establishment of statehood. While establishing a state, so point number one, that is establishment of statehood. Okay, so here while the establishing a state, the kind should be provided basic resources for development, make the continuous effort for the development of agriculture and industry, as well as creative mines, development, forestry, cattle raiding, and marketing, as also open up import and export trade avenue. This scheme should be aimed to constructing water resource rivalries for farming, temples, and dharmsalas, that is guest houses. Okay, teachers, families, and soldiers must be exempted from the tax during the time of natural calamities. Helpless farmers must look after by the king. So, what is the main thoughts of Kautilya about the establishment of statehood? The means that they are given different types of importance to different states, and that they are making different types of rules and regulations for the taxation policy also. Again, they are making many infrastructural facilities for their particular states also. Okay, like infrastructural facilities like import export, development resources, agriculture and industry, as well as executive mine, development of forestry, cattle raiding, dharmsalas, temples, facilities for the farming, and teachers and parents and soldiers are income. Their income is from tax free. So the various types of statehoods that they are included in Kautilya's thoughts in point of establishment of statehood. Okay. Next, number two, state treasury. So point number two, state treasury. So what are the rules and regulations that they are made for the state, for the village, for the town, that they are discussed in the point number second. Okay, let's see. State treasury plays a pivotal role in ways of means suggested by Kautilya to make prosperity and safety for a state. They are making all the rules and regulations for the safety for the states. The unity, stability, and administration of the state are directly dependent on the state treasury. Simple. So, what are the unities, what are the stability, and what are the administration power of that particular state? It's totally depend on their strategy. Totally depend on the state treasury. So, the king is invited to guide his treasury and always develop new means to increase it. Kautilya has shown 7 sources of income for the state. Okay, so they are included how many times? 7 sources. Okay, 7 sources of income for the state. And which 7 sources are there that we have to discuss over here? Number 1, towns. Number 2, village. Number 3, irrigation. Number 4, mines. Number 5, jungle. Number 6, animal husbandry. And number 7, trade and commerce. So generally, economic thoughts by Kautilya that they are given main 7 types of income for the states. Okay. Again, which 7 type of income is there? Number 1, town, village, irrigation, mines, jungle, animal husbandry, and last and important, trade and commerce. He has emphasizes that the king should be collect It is also advised to refrain from harshness while collecting taxes from the region facing farming and drought. Kautilya has also hinted on the use of public property, promotion of trade, gifts, penalties, fines, and rewards, as also production of cash crop to elevate the state treasury. So they have also included the various types of things to increase the wealth of state. Okay, to do the production of cash crop, which can easily converted into cash, and we can get the maximum benefit. Then various types of gifts, penalties, trade, promotions, and various types of taxes, public property. They are not use of hinted, and they are giving hinted to use the public property for the use of state treasury. So all the rules and regulations, as well as they are framing all the strategies as well as all the policies to increase the state treasury. Next one, much of the state treasury consists of physical goods or tangible goods, and therefore it is necessary to prepare such goods in proper warehouses and use them for the public welfare as required. So whatever our tangible goods is there, okay, whatever machinery is there, building, land, then we have to save, and that we have to use for the public utility. So our public, that state's public is there, those who are getting benefit of it. Okay. Next one, Kautilya also specified the rate and taxes, that is amount of taxes for the various categories of worker. For example, 1/4 of the agriculture production may be collected as tax from individual farmer. 1/4, that means 25%. Whatever that they are, whatever crop that they are irrigating in from particular land, then they have to collect 25% of it. 1/4, that is 25% of it for the as a taxes. For example, 1/4 of the agriculture production may be collected as tax from the individual farmer. 1/2 of the production may be collected as a tax from individual manufacturer of cotton, wool, silk, wax, and medicines. Half of it means that 50%. This way, he suggested taxes for other occupations also. The perceptions on the welfare state in Kautilya's idea are useful even today in formulation of welfare plan by a state for its people. So, how to increase the income of state treasury? Okay, as we know, for any government, what are the income source? Tax. So that they are making also that whatever that they are farming, 25% of that farm, whatever we cultivated products is there, that they have to collect as a tax, and half of the manufacturing plant, whatever manufacture businessmen are there, those who are doing manufacturer, half of the them that they have to collect as a tax. Okay, so this is the second one. Number 1, that is establishment of statehood. Number 2, that is state treasury. Third one, the most important, that is taxation policy. Okay, taxation policy, and this is also most important. That what is the structure of tax? What is the structure to collect the tax? Okay, let's see. Kautilya give clear principle to taxation which indicate the types of short-term and long-term tax policies which a state should have, the limit of tax rate which a king may impose, and so on. Provisions for increasing tax rate during the emergencies are also presented. Okay, so that they are presented all the tax policy for the various types of people. Okay, taxes should be collected from the citizens as repetitive fruits are collected from the architect, keeping in mind the economic ability of citizens to pay taxes. Again, whatever we are framing as a tax, we have to see the capability of people also, up to how much tax that they are there, that they are ready to pay, that we have to see the condition of that particular people also. He laid down such principles of taxation which make the taxation process simple, less expensive and less complex. And that's why we can say that nowadays GST is there. Very simple. All tax applicable in one tax is that is called GST. Okay. In this context, he suggested following types of tax in the tax structure. So various types of tax is there in that particular thing. Number one, that is land tax. Okay. So here land tax. Tax that they are using the land. Okay, for the farming or industry. Okay, let's see. The state had the right to collect a portion of the agricultural produce as tax from the farmer or the landlord, keeping in mind the type of land, its productivity from a product, mode and availability of irrigations. Kautilya had diverse rules to decide the proportions of taxes. He also proposed tax exemptions as an incentive to increase the productivity. It means that if the land is used for the farming, then it is exempted because they are using that particular piece of land for the farming purpose. Okay. Next one, import and export taxes. Okay. So import and export taxes. Okay. As we know, import, that it means that we are importing goods from other country, and exports, it means that we are exporting, we are sending good to other country. So what are the tax policy? Let's see. Import export tax are classified by Kautilya as number one, external charges for the material produced in country. So here number one, that is land taxes, and second one, that is import export taxes. It means that whatever we are importing the goods from the other country, we are incoming the goods from the other country, and second one, that whatever we are exporting, we are sending goods to the other country, that both are included in the import export taxes. Okay, so what are the taxes? Number one, that is external charges for the material produced in a country. Second one, that is internal charges for the material produced in a state or a capital. And number third, that is aditya charges, that is for the material imposed from foreign region or states. So different types is that whatever we are using the material for our country, we are using material for other country, and doing the same things, that things are included in a particular thing. Okay, so here that they are also making some policies for the taxes also. Next, on the basis of the type of goods and their importance in the economic life, Kautilya have given rules for the commodity taxation. So they are also give the rules of commodity taxation. He proposed setting up of codes for collection and customs and octroi. So as you learn in accountancy also, that various types of taxes is there. Okay, wages, then octroi, then railway freight. So these different types of taxes as well as different types of expenses is there, that they are imposed for the one state to another state. Nowadays, these all are removed because now in modern time GST is there. Okay. Next one, he also proposed rules for the road tax and wealth tax. That we have to pay today also, road tax. Okay, simple we can see it's a toll tax. And wealth tax, it means that income tax. So these both things are there, those who are included in taxation policy. Next one, number 4, that is agriculture and animal husbandry. Okay, so this is 4th number, that is animal and agriculture, animal husbandry and agriculture. Okay, so this is the most important two types of business is that those who are situated in our Indian country. Number one, that is agriculture. As we know, most of the people, those who are dependent on agriculture. Second one, that is animal husbandry. Okay, which Let's see. Kautilya named agriculture as the primary means of livelihood. He classified land into two types. Number one, land under the state ownership. Number two, land under the ownership of private individuals. It means the government land and private ownership land. He further suggested that state owned land should be titled by people who are otherwise made sales by the society, pensioners and the other agriculture laborers. He believed that land should be used for mainly for agriculture purpose, and hence his uncultivable land should be made cultivable. So they are making that type of policy that their main goal is to use that land for the cultivation program, for the agriculture, and whatever non-cultivated land is there, then their piece of that non-cultivated land, they are trying to convert it into cultivated land. Okay, taxes can be collected from the farmer only he or she cultivated her or his land, and in return earn a livelihood. Number two, that is animal husbandry. So animal husbandry is also related to agriculture, and therefore Kautilya has also included it as a means of livelihood, and he suggested means for the development. In this regard, he is mentioned three categories of animal husbandry as: number one, trained or paid animals; number two, dairy animals; and number three, wild animals. So they are divided the animals into three parts. Next, Kautilya has suggested rules and penalties related to animal husbandry. So they are making also some rules and regulations which is useful for the animal husbandry. How to use, what we have to do, how we can cultivate, how we can generate income with the help of animal husbandry. So this is number 4. And last, number 5, that is industry. Okay, so here that is mostly industry. It means that business. So all the work related to business that are included in the industry. Okay. So what are the rules and regulations? What are the thoughts of Kautilya about industry? Let's see. Kautilya believed that only a resourceful state can prosper and develop, and hence it gives directions for setting up industries. According to him, a king should be explored the possibility of new mines, and thus order to accelerations, develop art and craft industries to seize skill and promote skill formation, promote transportation and communication, as also create infrastructure for the industrial development. That we learn in whole economics, that we have to create new things, new facilities, economic trade and service related to trade, that we have to give to our people, that they can increase the part of industry. Now we can see also that part of industry is gradually increased, and service is also increased, and agriculture that is decreases. Okay. Next one, he further suggested setting up of the proper market in towns and cities for the facility of sell the produce wares. So whatever we have produced, for the selling of that produce, that they are generated various types of market. So at the place of that market, that they can purchase and sell the goods with free conditions. It is evident from the Arthashastra that he brought back a proof by the economic problem and political concerns. He also incorporated in the merits details in building of a progressive and modern state, and give the theories which have universal acceptability and are applicable even in present time. In present time also, Kautilya's rules and regulations about the industry, that they are using their governments and private sectors also. Even though his work Arthashastra was created for the Mughal state, and for the entrepreneur Chandragupta Maurya, he wishes that this work could be used of those kings who desire timeless victories and proper management of the state. And Kautilya has opposed the act of tax evasion and hiding assets from the states. So various types of rules and regulations, various types of taxation Kautilya for the economic thoughts. So this is most important topic that we can say that 5 topics are included. Number 1, that is establishment of statehood, how to create state. Number 2, that is state treasury, the source of income, 7 source of income is there. Number 3, taxation policy. As we know, the main income is tax. So land tax, import export tax. And number 4, animal husbandry and agriculture. And number 5, that is industry. So various types of thoughts is there of Kautilya about the economic thoughts. So this is the end of this particular topic. In next topic that we discuss about economic thoughts of our great people of our nation, that is Gandhiji. Okay.